Today we're going to take a quick look at my most recent restoration project. This is an AH-350 Toshiba Betamax VCR. It has Beta 2 and Beta 3. And you're looking at the front of it here, and I'll just pan across so you can see the rest of the front here. I picked this up at Goodwill, my favorite place to find vintage electronics at very cheap prices. This unit has what is called a varactor tuner in it, and you can see the varacting going on behind this door where you have presets for each one of your channels, and as you tune them across the front here, each one of these numbers here corresponds to a preset tuning position on these dials right here. Kind of a strange way to do it, but that was before digital tuners came about. So, kind of an interesting technology there. But anyway, let's take the hood off, and we'll see what is inside. Oh, hard to believe that it took all this electronics to make a VCR function, huh? Look at that. It's like a, I don't know, it's like a city inside of there. So let's turn her around here where you can see the mechanics. Now the interesting thing about these VCR repairs is that most of the time, because the electronics made back then was such high quality, and you spent, you know, a gazillion dollars on a machine like this, typically the problems that you have with them, if you're interested in fixing them, are mechanical. Things like belts. You can see there's a belt here. There is the biggest thing that prevented this from rewinding or fast forwarding was a roller, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a good shot of it. The camera here. Perhaps I will. I'm trying to do my videos with tripods now because I tend to be so shaky with my camera work. Alright, back in the backpack here, I'll use a screwdriver to point it out. Right here is a gear, and on the back of the gear, in the backpack here, which you cannot really see, is a little rubber roller. Is a tire, essentially. It's a piece of plastic that it has a tire on the outside of it. And it turns this take-up reel here and the supply reel over on this side here. So what happens is though that rubber hardens and it doesn't have the grip that it typically has, so it won't rewind or fast forward. It just slips. So what I did is I went to my local Lowe's and I found these grommets that were the same size on the inside as well as on the outside, but of course a grommet has, like, you know, a centerpiece in it. So I sliced it in half and put the grommet where the rubber piece was, where the wheel was, and that took care of my rewind and fast forward. It works beautifully now, and I'll show you that in a second. On the bottom of this machine is a big, huge metal cover, and underneath that cover is another belt that had to be replaced, and that belt is essential for the rest of the drive mechanism. Okay, so that got replaced as well. So the cool thing about Beta is the fact that it has this magnificent threading system, which I will show you here. Here's my Betamax cassette. Go ahead and load that in there. Oh yeah, you do have to turn the power on first. And it ever so politely drags the tape inside. So you've got a sensor here that senses whether or not there's aluminum foil there. That tells it where the tape has ended. You've got an erase head here. You've got your capstan and your pinch roller and your audio and sync heads right there. And of course your big old video drum head, which is right there. Okay, so let's see how she works now with all the new belts. And again, no electronics were required to be replaced in this machine. It was all mechanical stuff. So I'm going to plug the audio in because before I had it in, and all this thing does is produce static with the other thing plugged in. And now that I've turned it around, I can't find it. All right, there it is. All right, got my trusty monitor up there. So we're going to go ahead and hit play. Okay, I don't know if you can see the, yeah, there's the reel turning right there.
Well, they want to see what the boys like who's taking their daughter to this little picnic.
Or if they don't approve of him, what do? Just throw him back?
You're the Hansons, you're a nice family. Naturally, they're concerned about the boy who's taking their daughter out.
And I recorded this off television.
I like the idea of anyone putting our boy under a microscope.
Now, Ward, if we had a daughter, well, you wouldn't want her to go out with just any
So
boy, would
let's
you?
see, how does it rewind and fast forward now that we have got the belts replaced? You can see the reel turning right there.
Send our little peasant lad up to the
You
manor
can see
house
a little
with
bit
his
better now.
hat in his hand.
Alright, so let's try it here. Unplug the audio. And let's see, rewind. Wow, look at her go. Now fast forward. Look at that. Rewinds and fast forwards like a dream. So yeah, if you are interested in restoring old VCRs, it's really kind of fun. It's a fun hobby. You know, it's rewarding to go through the process of fixing the thing up and making it run and seeing if it records and all that good stuff. And again, I'm not nearly as talented in the electronics area as I am the mechanical area of these machines. But you know, occasionally you'll get one that has maybe a motor out. You know, there's a motor there, there's a motor right there, there's a motor that drives the spinning head there. Occasionally you run into those problems, but it's usually rare with these machines. Usually the electronics are fine. It's just the mechanics, the rubber parts have all worn out. So anyway, here we are. We're fast forwarding into oblivion here. So I'm going to turn that off and rewind it back. And again, fixed it with a rubber grommet, just like this one here. It's something that I picked up at Lowe's. Now you say, where do I get belts? Well, belts I got from eBay, and I got a bunch of just general VCR rubber belt repair kits, and I usually steal rubber belts from those kits there. So anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on it because there's really not much else to show you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a great day.